From what I remember, the Fantastic Four has never really been top tier on my list of heroes. I've never really watched the 2000s movies, never really bought their comics, and never really had them show up in any of my stories unless they needed to, like in Planet Hulk, Civil War, or Marvel Zombies, which may be the biggest of the Fantastic Four thing that I actually remember reading. I mention remember because I know that I read a lot of X-Men and Fantastic Four from my local library. Loose comics were in a random drawer at my local library growing up, and I would either read them there or rent a bunch and read them at home. The first family of Marvel was kind of cast aside in pop culture, and they are the first family of Marvel. They are as important as the X-Men, in my opinion. While people try to rewrite history with certain clips taken out of context of the 2000s movies, they were and are universally panned, as well as the 2014 remake, that I believe was just made so that Fox could still own the rights. I've known what they are though, and their importance. These characters are explorers. The stories are science fiction stories with a connective tissue of family, either by blood, marriage, or friendship. This is the DNA of what could be an awesome story, with drama and characters that nearly everyone can relate to, all of them being physically changed and some that can never change back, with some of the members blaming themselves, living with the decisions that they've made that changed all of their lives forever, together. That's what this movie is to me. It was good. I enjoyed it greatly, with a brisk 2 hours or so flying by, with really not too many huge action scenes either. There are a couple, but what the concentration was on was the family, showing how each character is and how they conflict and work with each other. Let me get this out of the way, and let's talk about the good. The family are explorers and professionals in their crafts. They show you why they were picked on their mission as astronauts. I liked how they were all extremely competent, especially with Johnny, not just being a ladies' man jock boy. He may still be a hothead womanizer, but he is competent and capable, with something to do in the movie, his own weight to pull. Reed, as many books that I've read with him, is dealing with the two sides of himself. One being the logical machine brain, showing a darker side. This one would make sense with him being a part of a future and other Illuminati, and a softer and fatherly or husband side, where his logical brain gets in the way of his emotional and empathetic nature. I too have been in situations where statistics and logic get in the way of what things that should be said in the moment. For instance, when they return from facing Galactus, Reed speaks plainly and truthfully. They will not give up their child for the planet. And as he states, and I quote, "Obviously, this isn't until Sue speaks to the hearts of the people that we're able to pull the whole weight of the entire planet to face the threat of Galactus." I love the mama bear that Sue is. She is the most powerful of the family, and I'm glad to see her powers shown that way, and in the phenomenal faster-than-light chase scene against the Silver Surfer. She states to Johnny, "Johnny, kill her. She's trying to take your nephew." Flat out, badass mama bear, and I loved it. Ben Grimm, I loved as well, showing his connection with the community and how they actually embrace him. He is a hero to the entire planet. Sure, they make fun of his tagline, but I do think they love him. And his little love connection with the lady from American Pie was cute too. I love that they really showed off his piloting skills. Again, showing you why they were chosen for the original mission in the first place. They were a close team, not bickering with smart aleck comments like we're used to in these Marvel movies, and no really big quips or crap. They loved each other. They tease each other. But underneath, it was all love. I think the closeness is what they nailed here. And for someone who cares so much about character, it worked for me, and I dig it. Now the negatives. Again, overall, I liked the story. It was personal, at the same time making the stakes worldwide. But at the same time, the world here felt very small. just New York, and only some parts of New York being used again and again. And are they the only heroes of this universe? Very interested in that world building. Galactus to me felt very nerfed. Now, you can explain it away that maybe he was just taking the humans as ants, as he called them. I liked the characterization, being tormented by endless hunger for eternity, basically. But if something of his immense power has that hunger to devour planets and absorb them, you would expect him to be stronger and have other abilities. We see his size, for sure, and his strength, and the ability to move things like telekinesis, as well as create the Silver Surfer herself. But not much else. And it's his ship that has the ability to devour and process the planet for his consumption. I do think they had a problem with scale, because the Fantastic Four fighting something the size of the Celestials that we see at the end of Eternals, I don't know how that would be. Maybe if we saw him that size but then shrink to fulfill his mission of taking Franklin. I don't know, just some ideas. Also, what happened to what Reed did to him, actually hurting him, opening up one of the ports on his back? Did that whole plot point just go out the window? Like, hey, this is his weakness, let's all hit these things. And just like that, it's gone. Take him through the portal, I guess. Also, they did the thing where he teleports past Saturn and takes months to show up to Earth. I get it. The movie needs to do this, but it doesn't make much sense. But to be honest, if you're mad at this, then you should be mad at the Death Star and A New Hope as well, okay? They nerfed Reed as well. This dude is nearly indestructible, and here he is barely being pulled and he's screaming like he's about to be split in two. I've seen Reed do crazy stuff with his body. And sure, maybe it's this universe's Reed, and he only has the ability to move some. But I felt like it would have been great for him to feign that he was getting hurt, only to pull a fast one on Galactus and be like, oh, this is really my power. Also, who was their assistant lady? She kind of was just there. They said her name once, but what the heck? I felt like a lot of this movie was on the cutting room floor with her. Is she just their assistant? Is she Sue's assistant? I don't know if someone else needs to let me know what the hell she is. The CG baby, I get why they did it. And I don't know if it is the CG totally, or if it really is a baby, but it freaking looked CG and it kind of is freaky looking. I get that babies are difficult to act in a certain way that you want them to, but damn. Did AI make this baby? Was the baby credited, man? I don't even know. This is a little weird. Otherwise, thought the chase scene was freaking cool as hell. Had a great time with that. And the depiction of the Silver Surfer going into the black hole was totally out of an Alex Ross painting and was phenomenal. Oh yeah, the Silver Surfer. She's fine. I don't really care if it's Norrin Rad or not. I have no dog in this fight. This is the 828 universe. Jack Kirby's birth date, very cute. So they can do whatever they want, really. Curious what is going to happen next, having her stuck with Galactus, God knows where. Which, speaking of, where does this leave the MCU and the whole universe itself? Not sure how they show up in our 19999 universe. That's not the 616, it's the 199999. With the new Avengers at the end of the Thunderbolts movie, but I had a great conversation with everyone at my local comic shop, and they had a great point. What if Doom has taken Franklin for his own purposes? And this Doom is from a different universe, or maybe he is from the 828, and has used Galactus' ship for his own purposes. It has been 4 years, and that thing has just been floating up there for gosh sakes. Anyway, theory time. He takes Franklin, and the Fantastic Four are chasing him, and somehow pop out in our 19999 universe and meet with our characters that we know. It could be cool, and this could explain a lot. Overall, this doesn't really move the needle with me being a Fantastic Four fan. I'll always respect their place in the greater Marvel universe, but I will always have more of an affinity for the X-Men, or other characters that I grew up with, really. They are absolutely important to the overall universe, though. as I mentioned with the Illuminati tie-in. And there is so much untapped drama here with them as a family, so close. And to see this family butt heads with our other characters would be awesome. I liked the movie. It was a tight, personal, and well-told story that was enjoyable. Each character's motivations, drama, action scenes, spectacle, CG, and villain were all pretty good, man. This is a good start. This is a good start. I almost want this to be the future of the MCU, this 828 universe. Let's keep this crazy, wacky 1960s alt era. We see Superman kind of be more comic booky. So here was Marvel's response. Literally be Jack Kirby comic on the screen. And it was a fantastic tribute to that man as well. Well, what did you think of Fantastic Four? Was it really the first step in the right direction? See what I did there? Let's chat. And if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much, and have a great day.